Well, thanks for joining me again, Star Wars The Clone Wars action figure fans and collectors. Well, this is going to be an action figure review, and this is a first for me. This is my first figure I've ever bought off Tungori on eBay, and if you don't know who Tungori is, he's a seller in, I believe it's in Philippines, and he manages to get Star Wars action figures much earlier than they are actually released, usually about a month or so, maybe even 2 months before they're actually released over here. He gets them and sells them online, and he sells them on eBay. He sells them for a rather reasonable price, and so I have never really bought any. I have never bought any figures from him before. But as there's really no new figures out to buy, I'm faced with two options, and that is, one, I can make the figures that I want, or I can look on eBay and buy from Tungori. And he's been releasing a slew of new Clone Wars figures that are supposed to be coming out, I believe, this fall, starting in August. And one of those figures is the 501st version of Echo that you see here, and he is from the upcoming Defensive Kamino Battle Pack. He's packed in with two other figures, and that would be Clone Trooper 5s and also Arc Lieutenant Blitz. And I did actually get Clone Trooper 5s. He just hasn't arrived yet. He should be coming maybe later on this week if I'm lucky, if not earlier next week, and I'll be doing a review of him. I've also purchased some other figures from Tungori as well that I'll let you know about in just a few minutes at the end of this review, so you know what's coming. So anyhow, let me get on to the review. So as you can see here, he's a pretty nice looking figure, and probably the coolest thing about this figure is the neat little painting on his left leg armor plate, and that is a painting of a minigun, or a chain gun, or a repeating gun, or Z6 rotary blaster, one of these in other words. And as we all have come to know, there's some Arabesh down here. I would like to find out what the Arabesh reads as. I'd imagine it says something like Heavy on there, because as we all know, Heavy was killed in one of the great episodes, Rookies, and he was in Domino Squad along with this guy here, Clone Trooper Echo. And we've come to know Clone Trooper Echo and 5s and Heavy pretty well, because there's actually been a sort of a trilogy of episodes about him, starting with Rookies, and then there was the prequel to that, which was Clone Cadets. Actually came before Rookies because they were still training. And then there was ARC Troopers, where 5s and Echo are on Kamino, and they manage to assist in the defense of Kamino, and at the end, because of their bravery and their skill, they are promoted to ARC Troopers. So anyhow, let me continue on with this review. So we looked at the painting there on him. He's got some nice, kind of like I would almost say a baby blue, but not quite baby blue highlights. I really kind of like this shade of blue on him. Just some notes when you buy from Tungori. Sometimes there's little things that are that I've noted in other reviewers' videos. He's got some scuff marks on here, but that doesn't really bother me up, because I like to weather my clones anyhow, and I'll probably, I actually kind of like that, because it's kind of like pretty weathered for me there. And it looks like the edge of the painting here has rubbed off a little, although I'm not sure. I don't have anything else to compare it to. We see the hand print from the episode Rookies that Rex put on there from that big worm-like thing that they killed, and you see his paint details on his helmet. Alright, and let me take his helmet off here, and we'll get a look at his face. He has a head that's much in the same sculpt, or almost the same sculpt as Heavy, and I have Heavy back here, so we can go ahead and compare. So I'll remove his helmet, and as you can see, they are near identical, only the colors are different. So there you go. There's Heavy. And so let me go ahead on over his articulation. He's got a ball jointed head, ball hinged shoulder, ball hinged elbow, swivel and pivot right hand, swivel and pivot left hand. He has a ball hinged chest, swivel hips, ball hinged knee, and ball hinged ankle. So nice that they did give old Echo here a super articulated clone sculpt rather than a stone sculpt. I think pretty much everybody's happy about that. Alright, so that's pretty much going to do it for this review. And I just want to tell you that I did also purchase a few other figures off of Tung Hori and a couple other sellers. I got Fives, obviously, I already mentioned that. I'm very excited to get him. I got Savaggio Press. I got Clone Trooper Kicks. And I also, from a couple other sellers, got Commander Blackout, otherwise known as the Stealth Ops clone. And I did get, I think that's it. So be looking forward to reviews of those guys as soon as I get them. I'll try to have that up. So until next time, may the Force be with you. Bye-bye.